Hello, I'm Diane Spinato, UNH Senior Information Literacy Librarian. I'm also your course librarian for this class. This presentation is going to show you how to find and cite peer-reviewed criminal justice articles. So the three things that I'm going to cover are, first of all, I'm going to explain some attributes of a peer-reviewed journal article so you'll know when you see one. I'm going to demonstrate how to find one using a database called ProQuest Criminal Justice. And within the ProQuest Criminal Justice database, I'm going to show how to use the citation tool to retrieve an article citation in APA citation format. So first, let's look at a peer-reviewed journal article and see the different parts of one so you'll know when you see one. First of all, a peer-reviewed article is only going to be found in a peer-reviewed journal, which means they're not going to be found in newspapers and they're not going to be found in magazines such as magazines that you might find on your newsstand. This is a peer-reviewed journal article called Violence and Victims. This is what the hard copy would look like. When we retrieve it from a database, it looks like this. This is the PDF of an article from that journal. So you're going to be retrieving these peer-reviewed journal articles from an online database, and in the one that I'm going to show you, there's going to be a box that you check that says peer-reviewed, so you know that whatever you're searching for is only going to retrieve results from peer-reviewed journals and not from things such as magazines or newspapers. So regardless of whether you're finding them online or physically in a library, they're going to have certain attributes that are pretty consistent. It's going to give the credentials of the authors. They're always experts in their field, usually scholars, many times even PhDs. They're going to have an abstract or a synopsis or an introduction to the article. There's a lot of charts and data. And then there's various sections that are pretty consistent. They may or may not be in all of them, but more than likely they will be. And some of these are method or methodology, the procedure used to do the research, the results of the research, and a discussion. And then finally, at the end, there's a list of references. And these are the articles that that particular author used when writing their article. It's also a great source of additional information on your topic. So now let's see how to find one of these articles using a database called ProQuest Criminal Justice. So the steps to do that are, first of all, you're going to go to the UNH Library database, which is at www.newhaven.edu/library. Once you're on the library homepage, you're going to select the link called Databases, which is the fifth link down on the left-hand side. That will open up a list from which you will select the subject list of databases. Because we have over 100 different databases here at UNH, we put them into different categories by the type of information topic that the database deals with. So in this case, you're going to select the category Criminal Justice, Forensic Science, and National Security, and within that list, you're going to select the database Criminal Justice ProQuest. If it asks you to log in using your UNH login and password. Once in the database, you're going to see a search box such as this and a couple different check boxes and some other features. So the way to start your search, in our example, we're going to do a search for articles, peer-reviewed articles on the topic of domestic violence. Because we want to keep the words domestic violence together as a phrase, we're going to put quotation marks around it. Then we're going to check a box that says full text, so we only get articles where the full article is here in the database, and we only want articles from peer-reviewed journals, so we're going to check that as well. Then to run our search, we're just going to click on this icon, and that will process our search request. So what we got back is a list of thousands of articles with the keywords domestic violence. So if we wanted to see one of these articles, if we wanted to open it up, we would just click on that PDF icon and that would launch our article. You want to make sure when looking at the article that it does have all those attributes that we talked about previously, because within peer-reviewed journals we sometimes also get information such as book reviews or editorials, which won't have all those different parts such as author credential, methodology, references at the end. So you just want to make sure that you have the right type of article, and you do that by actually physically looking at the PDF of the article. And then finally, when you have an article that you want to use in a research paper, or for this class you're actually going to have to use the article by taking the citation and putting it in the proper discussion form, so I can make sure that you know how to do this. You're going to retrieve the article in APA citation format using a citation tool right in the database. And let's see what that looks like. So again, we're referring back to our list of articles that we got when we ran our search. Put a check mark in the box next to the article if that's the article that you're interested in, and then hit the Cite button. What you'll get back is your citation in APA format. There's other formats as well, other citation styles, and by selecting this arrow you would see them, but for this class you just need to know APA citation format. So rather than you having to go through the process of doing this yourself, putting it all in the right order, the database actually does it for you. So you're simply going to highlight this citation and copy and paste it into the right discussion forum so that I can check to see that you are clear on how to do that. So if anything here is unclear, if you don't really understand how to do any of this, or you just want to double check with me, you can ask a question right in your class Blackboard using your Ask a Course Librarian discussion forum. So what I want to do now is take a few minutes and actually run through what I've just shown you in a live demo. So it's going to take me a minute to go out to a web browser, which I'm going to need to do. So just give me one moment. This takes just a quick minute. So I'm going to go into Internet Explorer. I'm going to go to Library. Remember, the fifth link down is Databases. I'm going to select Databases. We're going to go to our subject listing of databases. It's not asking me to log in because I had logged in previously. If it asks you to log in, you'll log in using your UNH information. I'm going to go to the ProQuest Criminal Justice link. Again, to search for articles on domestic violence, since it's a phrase, I'm going to put it in quotation marks. I just want articles where the full text is here. I just want articles from peer-reviewed journals. And I hit the search icon. My search has given me 3,236 articles. To see the whole article, I would open the PDF and I would scroll through it to make sure that it has all those different parts that we talked about previously. Here's one of them. Methodology. If I go through, we see some charts and graphs. I know I'm doing this quickly. All the way to the end, we get our references. So this looks good. This looks like a good peer-reviewed journal article. So now I'm going to go back to my list of articles. So to get the citation, check the box, go to Cite, and it opens up the citation. I can click on it, scroll down to highlight it, right click, copy it, and then paste it. If I'm writing a paper, I'm going to paste it into my list of references. for an assignment for this particular class, you're going to paste it into the Ask a Librarian discussion board. So that is all there is to knowing what a peer-reviewed journal article is, knowing how to find it in one particular database, and knowing how to use the citation tool. And that concludes our presentation.